Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing today? Have you been having fun this year at the reunion? Well, I hope you like the weather we ordered. We're going to try to do that again every year from now on. But hey, we're all here today for the crowning of the Miss Sweet 16. And my name's Terry McWilliams, the CEO here. And I get the privilege of introducing the lady that has agreed to do this program again for me this year. She's been doing a lot of work throughout the year, and she keeps it all running and coordinated, and she made a few changes in the past 2 years of how our program goes, and she's doing a great job. So please give Danielle Davidson a big warm round of applause.
I don't really think that I need a round of applause, but thank you guys very much. It's always a great pleasure to be able to work with these young ladies. I've heard exciting, helpful, thankful, wonderful adjectives to describe this group this year. But they're not the only girls that are on the ground. We have our reigning 2016 Sweet 16 girls that are now Sweet 17, and they are being escorted in because Al Husinga thought that they needed to have a little limelight and glitz. So here they come. If everybody'd like to give them a round of applause, and we'll have them come up on stage. Mayor Brimhall to wear the hat, but we appreciate Mayor Brimhall coming and escorting these young ladies. So here they come. I don't know who had more fun decorating the cart, Al or the girls. I don't know who did, but. Their job wasn't over just because they were crowned last year. They again had to work some shifts. They helped at the shows, they helped with awards, they helped with the opening ceremony. So they got to do a little more glamorous things this year instead of just working behind a souvenir stand. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
My name is Natalie Smith. My parents are Bridget and Perry Smith. I'm from Olivan, Iowa. And one thing that I've enjoyed the most from being here is getting to see all these girls have so much fun doing what they love.
My name is Milady Wisman. I am from Milford, Nebraska. My parents are Lauren and Gloria Wisman. And it's been so much fun this week to make new friends with the girls this year and so many new people on the ground. It's been a pleasure. From Johnson, Iowa. My parents are Rob and Sally Hedgepeth. And one thing that I really enjoyed this week is just getting the chance to talk to more people here besides working, but getting a chance to see all the girls work and have fun too.
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Broker and my parents are Brent and Wanda Broker. I live right here in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. And what I really enjoyed this past year is getting to meet all the new people, especially the girls, and the people who make Old Gushers run the way to us.
I'm going to send our reigning ones on backstage and let them help our new contestants. And while I am up here talking about it, they will get all those girls ready for coming on the stage because I know you want to see them instead of me. One of the things I want to explain is that Terry made mention that I made the contest a little different last year, and I had a great positive feedback, so we continued it again this year. And so I wanted to explain how we come who our Sweet 16 is. It's a really hard decision, and I wouldn't want to make it, so I rely on good old math. I have 6 secret judges that visit the girls throughout the reunion, and hopefully they don't let their identity be known. I will never reveal my secret judges because I want to be able to use them again. And then I have 3 judges that come in and they interview the ladies, and they listened this year on a presentation. The presentation that they were given in June is I wanted them to make an advertising piece to encourage young families to come to Midwest Old Threshers. Little did I know when I made that decision last year and put on the application form that my son would now be the advertising person and Facebook person for Old Threshers. So hopefully some of the stuff that I learned from these young ladies we can pass off to Grant and he can use some of them. They were very creative. I took a lot of notes on ways that they saw things that I didn't see them. I've been coming to Old Threshers for 34 years. Been working in an antique booth out here this whole time. And so I kind of take things for granted, and it was really nice to see a refreshing look. And they were very, very creative. So thank you very much, young ladies, for doing that. They also have interview questions. Their interview questions are not based on Old Threshers. They're just based on things in society that may be going on. One of the examples was if you have witnessed or been a part of bullying and how do you handle it. Another one was what was the greatest invention and time saver for women. You know, we had the toaster, which I thought was very clever because she said that you can use the toaster to make sure you look good before going out the door while you're cooking your breakfast at the same time. That was very clever. The one I think a lot of people said is that they used the washer and dryer because they've had theirs break down and understand how much of a struggle that is to be able to take it to the laundromat, which they weren't doing it on the rocks or wringing it through. They also were asked, where do they see themselves in 10 years? That's kind of a hard question to answer for people, but that is something that a lot of people give as an interview question when you're doing your job. And we had a wide variety of answers, but one young lady really talked to me when she answered, and she said, wherever Jesus leads me. And I think that is a very mature young lady, and I just want to say I am very impressed with that. My secret judges, they judge to make sure that they are smiling, they're helpful, they're kind, they're courteous. Are they enjoying themselves? And then one little portion of it is, do they have knowledge of Old Threshers? So I've instructed my judges to make sure they ask a crazy question like, do you know where the sorghum mill is? And things like that, just to see how well they know Old Threshers. This year they must have all known Old Threshers very well because the feedback that I got from my secret judges Terry says they're 3. Oh, okay. The feedback that I got from my secret judges this year is that they were so helpful. I never heard a negative comment or a suggestion about our gals this year. They were very kind and courteous and helpful. So I'm very pleased with the group of young ladies that we have. The kicker is for our judges, you have to live out of town. I don't want anybody to know anybody. Sometimes that gets hard because you know, Minneapolis, Danville, those guys kind of sneak in there and they happen to know because of jobs and stuff. We didn't find out that one of my interview judges did know somebody but didn't know the child, only knew the parent. So hopefully I was successful the rest of the way. I didn't hear anything else. I don't want this to, I want this to be earned. So they have their number scores, 1 through 10, and they had over 1,200 points that they had to earn. All right, so now that you understand what the contest is all about, let's meet our young ladies. If I could have Carissa come to stage.
I'm Carissa Winger. I'm from Mount Pleasant. My parents are Kevin and Dorothy Winger. One of the things I learned to do better through Sweet 16 was to talk to different people and initiate conversations.
I'm Maddie Vandyberg. I'm from Mount Pleasant. My parents are Travis and Chris Vandyberg. And one thing I really enjoyed during Sweet 16 was meeting all the new people.
I'm Whitney Van Tiger. My parents are John and Jody Van Tiger. I'm from Mount Union, Iowa, and one thing I learned is there's a lot of places to work.
Hi, my name is Cassidy Keaton. I'm from Washington, Missouri, and my parents are Larry and Sarah Keaton. And the thing I enjoyed most about this show was getting to hear everybody's story and what brings them to Old Precious. Hello, I'm Rachel Hart. I'm from Clarence, Iowa. My parents are Andy and Joe Hart. And something I learned this year is there's so much work that goes on behind Old Precious that makes it look so good. Hi, I'm Keelan and Amy. My parents are Rich and Carlin and Amy, and I'm from Mount Pleasant. And I really enjoyed meeting all the new people.
Hi, I'm Hallie Sandine, and my parents are Ralph and Sherry Sandine, and I'm from Winfield, and something that I learned is how Old Precious brings our community together.
Hi, I'm Callie DePriest. I'm from Mount Pleasant, Iowa. My parents are Jim and Marlene DePriest. One thing I learned and enjoyed hearing about was the many different reasons people come back to Old Precious.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liz Whithock from Dubuque, Iowa. My parents are Chad and Laura Whithock, and I've learned that Old Precious is really a family, and whenever I come back, I can always come to a family.
Hi, I'm Samantha Decker. I'm from here in Mount Pleasant, and my parents are Sean and Amy Decker. And one thing that I have really enjoyed throughout the Sweet 16 experience is meeting all these great new people and hearing their stories.
Hi, I'm Sadie Crosco. I live here in Mount Pleasant. My mom is Lisa Crosco, and one thing I've learned here is that even the smallest act of kindness can bring joy to so many people. Hi, my name is Samantha Crawford. I am from here in Mount Pleasant. My parents are Amanda Brown and Jeremy Crawford. And something that I learned was that so many people come here to get together with our family and enjoy the experiences, and it's just a great time.
As you can see, we have an exceptional group of ladies. It is a very hard decision to make, and I don't want anybody to leave this tent and not understand I value each and every one of these young ladies. Each one of them brings something special to the volunteering at Old Precious. They brought something to me that I have learned from them, and they just are a great group of gals. So if we give them one more big round of applause. This is the part that I know they're all super nervous about. And this is the part that I don't ever like to choose. But Old Precious 50 years ago decided that we needed a Sweet 16 contest, so I'm also going to have to follow in that path and make some decisions. So thank goodness for math. Our secret judges scores are used to find the Miss Volunteer of the Year. They have the highest scores from everybody. And that means that they were the most helpful, the most kind, the most courteous with dealing with people when they're out there working and volunteering. The young lady that won this almost had perfect scores. I heard constantly how much of a pleasure she was to work with and how much pride I know her family took because she was wearing her mama's dress. Miss Hallie Sandine. Our second runner-up was so ecstatic about being a part of this Miss Sweet 16 contest. She called me multiple times over the summer with questions. She was always excited to be a part of it. She knew that she wanted to do right, and she always wanted to make sure that she was putting her best foot forward. I had many conversations with her, about her, with other people. Their secret judges loved that she approached them, and then also how excited and how much history this young lady knew. Our second runner-up is Maddie Vandenberg. Our first runner-up, let me say, she had some stumbling blocks along the way over our reunion. She doesn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we ended up having to send this young lady home. And that's because Mama probably wouldn't have been very happy with her that she was sick, but she kept arguing with me and telling me that she was gonna stay, and I kept saying, no, you're gonna go home. So our first runner-up is Samantha Crawford. Can see we have a pretty friendly group. Everybody has been extremely supportive. I think they've snapped each other to go try new things throughout the grounds. They've done square dancing and such. So they are really a good group of gals. But our Miss Sweet 16 must be crowned. Our Miss Sweet 16 caught the eye of our interview judges and our presentation judges. She came in and she shook a hand. That is an art that is being lost by our generation here. Shaking a hand is personal. It also shows confidence. This lady also was done well in all of the secret judging, obviously, because her numbers bubbled to the top. And our Sweet 16 of the year is Callie Dupree. Put her on the spot. See how fast she can think on her feet.
Hi. I just want to say thank you to everyone who made this experience better than it could have possibly ever been. I'm shaking. I'm sorry. I've never loved Old Threshers as much as I do today. I've met so many new people. I've learned so many new things. I've learned there's so many reasons to come to Old Threshers, and there's so many memories to be made. So thank you.
Now the hard part begins for these young ladies because they're going to have to reign for the next year. They'll also be used by Old Threshers throughout the year to show up at parades, to help work at the state fair, and many opportunities that I can nab them. And since I have a young lady who's already done a radio commercial, Miss Callie, that was her advertisement piece, I might have to nab her for the radio. She's got a pretty good voice. So I want to tell everybody how much I appreciate the support and the support of these young ladies. As again, I hate to pick winners. Every single one of these ladies have done a fantastic job, and you parents and family need to be very proud of what you have raised because they are exceptional young ladies. So a round of applause to everyone.